Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Breaking Brand. And this time, while the market is not doing that good, but we will be talking about something which is blooming because we have Gardenfi on this stream. Everyone, welcome Constantine, head of design at Gardenfi. I hope I have not butchered your name.
No, it's all right. Hey guys.
Yeah, my kid is here. Thank you. But first of all, thank you so much for doing this. I think everyone who's gonna watch this would be like, okay, that's a cool name. I connect with the DC John Constantine, right? Like the Sorcerer Supreme of DC world. So really cool name there.
Shout out to my parents.
Yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun. Cool. So shall we jump into it? Do you want to do an intro? Do you want to tell what Garden does?
Sure. So for everybody who doesn't know yet, Garden is a very simple product at its heart. We're moving Bitcoin to pretty much anywhere, super fast and super safe. Basically, completely trustless. Not basically, it's completely trustless.
Thank you, Constantine. Let's get into this. So everyone knows this format of this series. We'll try to break the brand. And first of all, I have went through the whole brand. Let me add. Oh, we are here live. Let me set this up nicely. Yeah, now people can see. Uh, you can see my screen, right?
Yep, I can at least.
Okay, perfect. I mean, everybody else they'll figure it out themselves. But let's
Nice.
start with the name. Why
Yes.
garden?
Yeah. I give you I give you two approaches to this. I think the very first and very real one is that our one of our founders, Sushud, is obsessed with like sniping interesting domains. A really weird hobby, but very real for him. And garden.finance might just be one of them. So we kind of ran with it. But another take, a little bit more of an intellectual take to this is that I think from a very early incarnation of this on, we were all kind of wanting to create something like an app that is kind of like a walk in the garden. It should be peaceful. It should be chill. It should be a little less like Web3 is a lot of times, no degen stuff. This is a calm, secure finance experience.
So, uh, I don't know the history of the product, right? But like, did the name was already there before the product, or the product was there and then this whole branding came? Like, how did the branding of Garden was made?
We definitely we don't do it the usual way. We kind of run with stuff. So Garden was done in a hackathon at first. It was WBTC .garden at first, and
W.
we just basically WBTC .garden.
Oh,
Yeah, and we evolved this over time. A lot of stuff we do basically comes to life and evolves over time. And this brand itself still is kind of iterative and evolves as we go along. We recently had a rebrand. What you see right here, not a rebrand, a refresh. What you see right here is the refreshed brand assets. Yeah.
oh, that's interesting. I have seen both of these, and I thought they were part of the one brand. I think that's a good transition if you're
No,
doing if you're
that's
rebranding.
pretty true. That's still like one thing. But for example, the blurry flowers you see, and just the simplified logo a little bit, the cleaned up
Yeah.
logo type.
Oh,
That's kind of relatively brand new.
oh, nice. Yeah, I was gonna ask you this question, right? First of all, I think great name on the garden side of thing, right? Uh, and I feel like when I'm going through the whole flowers and everything, it connects. Right? Like
Mm,
I see these elements of flowers there, like which were in pattern, right?
yeah,
So it's like if I'm sitting on garden, I'm sketching something like that's like a Sunday for me, right? Like calm Sunday.
yeah,
So I like that sketch vibe, and I felt like okay, if you're going for calmer, this works there. And I think one of
yeah.
the interesting question I want to love to ask is that while a lot of Web3 app has a grid and everything, why did you go to the smoother sketch, even the hand drawn aesthetic at the first stage?
Yeah. So again, like I give you two interesting approaches to this. One of them would be scalability. I wanted a scalable brand because we are very fast moving. At the beginning of this, I was basically a founding designer and the
Okay.
one man who did it all. So I'm a minimalist lover myself, and I'm always going for a bit of contrast. So at the one side, I wanted something super solid, super minimal. strict typography, super clean, grotesque fonts, but then like give it a splash of character, add a little bit of something in there. I'm always looking for a little bit of a contrast. And again, the scalability. What's quicker than like intentionally rough hand-drawn sketches to liven it up, right? So very, very functional brand building right there.
Yeah, nice. I think in that case also, like when I was see this pink, I was like, okay, this is really interesting. Every Bitcoin brand looks like orange. I was like,
You
these. I
sure?
was happy to see
Yes.
it was not orange.
Yeah, agreed.
And uh, I mean, so when I think of this, I think I'm assuming this is a flower, right? Like because the
Yes.
garden, you have that
Yep.
flower in the background. Got it.
Exactly.
And I would have doubled down and actually make it like a sunflower kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So because I can then use the yellow and black on that and play around with the whole branding. But I like this clean pink flower also. Like, do you have so right now when I look at garden, right? We have branding
Mm.
wise, we have a feel, right?
Yeah.
But in your case, cause the name is garden and you have a branding kind of flower, it would be interesting to even have a brand smell. So
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
you can choose a flower which is like, okay, this is garden's flower.
Yeah.
Every event garden does, or every
Yeah.
founders they wear this flower everywhere they go. So people when they like smell them, even you can own a
Yeah.
smell because you have a certain aspect on that your brand.
Yeah. Quite interesting take.
Yeah, it's so easy. Like again, in India we have this thing where we have like flowers on the hair and everything, right? So like this
Mm.
could be a cool play on that sort of things. Already, I mean, the name is so interesting. You can do an event in actual garden and call it like garden fire. That I mean, these is the easiest play, right?
Sure. We had some garden run events with like the gardens by the bay and stuff like this. And soon coming up
Oh,
a side
yeah,
event in a the like token the what is it called
Singapore.
Marina by the Bay, Gardens
Singapore.
by the Bay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marina by the Gardens with the Bay. Yeah, yeah, no, no, yeah,
Yeah.
I was there. Really cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would align with your branding so much.
Exactly.
Got it. I think yeah. Then what was the decision with the colors? So like I see the garden, right? But generally when you think of garden, mostly it's green and yellow.
Yep.
Like that's the imagery which comes in your mind when you think of garden, right? So what
Yeah.
made you go with pink and purple in this case?
Yeah. So the pink is kind of central thing. It kind of established itself over time. At the beginning, we had like this green backdrop to the app, and to make the logo pop from that, we kind of went with something dreamy vibes first, keeping it
Uh,
abstract. And over time, we stripped it back to be a new shade of pink. That's one of the main colors right now. And just for the versatility and cleanness, we introduced a couple more colors. The top one is not actually a super black. We call it elderberry. Very
yeah, it's
dark
darker
purple.
bluer on the side of like
Yeah,
if I go, it's like
exactly.
midnight kind of a
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly this. But overall, we keep it. We don't want to be too descriptive in what we do. We keep in it quite abstract, even with the garden, even with the very narrative name and the flower vibes and everything like this. In my opinion, to keep it clean, to keep it feel mature and a little bit, let's say, grown up, for lack of better words. I'm always a fan to keep stuff a little bit in the abstract space.
Hmm.
So hence, not just like the green and actual flower color.
Interesting. So I think one thing like what you're noticing was going through this, right? So color wise, as you said, I think you pointed out that you like minimalism a lot, and that
One
way
hundred
you're like,
percent.
okay, yeah. So like everyone noticing, okay, there's not much to play around here with, right? Like
Yes.
there's three shapes you have, two colors you have. That's it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's not even a illustration style. There's not a picture style. You don't like have a whole imagery sections and all that. You're like, okay, this is who we are.
Yeah.
There's not even patterns or anything like that. Like
No.
generally people when they have flowers or gardens, they're like, okay, let's make
Yeah.
patterns because you can easily make geometric patterns from
Yeah.
that, right? So
Exactly.
I think that I
Exactly.
noticed. And this
I
is
think especially in Web3, like where brands are quite again very narrative. A lot of stuff. You have two fronts. I think you have the orange guys. You have these orange kind of glow guys, or you have the people who go very all out in their brand building. And
yeah.
in a way, we wanted to have that edge. You wanted to be on your timeline where you're like, "What's that?" It's like quite a bit different than a lot of stuff you stumble over. So this distinct calm minimalism hopefully gives a friendly edge.
It did. It also breaks the pattern of like when everyone was doing gradients, orange.
Mm,
This also comes with the one major issue, right? Like we are not using the recall value of Bitcoin's orange, so we have to
mm,
definitely work to make sure that we have that recall value connection that with Bitcoin that comes with this burden that comes with this whole brand experiment. But you
yeah.
also have a fresher approach. You don't have to worry about getting like if 20 logos are there in a Bitcoin event, you're not worried
Mm,
about like okay, our logo is gonna get lost because everything is gonna look orange.
yeah.
No, no, makes sense. Now let's talk about this branding. Why go from this to
Yeah.
this? Because as a designer, my concern is that like now I don't even have much to play around with. It's just
Mm,
garden in abstract, like that AI generated
yeah.
photo art, right?
Yeah. So we have this on the rebrand. We came to one sort of tagline that we kind of followed through the secondary brand equity, which is called on chain but real. Kind of based on the motion content we do quite a bit of, which is just real life footage. It's very simple
Mm,
stuff, videos like this that you see here. And we kind of did this again, kind of running with some stuff, running with some real life insights. I made a silly Christmas video at some point. I cut it on some
okay.
nice music, cut it on a nice beat, dropped it, and all our investors were like very pleased with the trust that builds, with the faces they see, with the human element they have in this. And I recently moved to the north of Finland, where we have a lot of beautiful nature, garden, kind of vibes all together. So we try to capitalize on that and build trust through the realness, but then like crunching it back down into like these almost pattern like situations where we go with the blurred imagery. And then again, like again, evolving. This might not be the final form yet. I really like these. I think the vibes, to my taste, quite on point. But there's still room for the like for evolving here. This opens up so much flexibility if you work with real imagery and a certain style of abstraction on top. We could basically plug whatever
Mm.
in there if it's needed.
Yeah. One more thing, I think. So as I said, like this is a work in progress. So I think that a lot of things will happen, right? But
Mm,
one part I feel like which is making this future ready, right? Because I noticed that you talked about scalable a lot of time, right?
yeah.
That if you create AI image based background or like
Mm,
adding that in your brand element, now if someone wants to create something for Solana or certain, they'll have their own brands and you can create abstract background for that brand in AI itself. And
exactly.
I don't know if you have tried experimenting with SRF or not, but you
Mm,
can just generate an SRF for a mid journey and essentially
okay.
everyone can just create gardens background abstract
Yeah.
backgrounds with AI and not worry about accessing your
Yeah.
gallery or asking
Yeah.
for you about this, right?
Actually, really good call. I'm dancing around Midjourney, man. I I tried it very early, and lately
uh,
I'm so quick to pick it up again. I think it's about time to nail that down.
yeah. I mean, so let me show you this. So there are these 5-10 accounts on Twitter who share these SRS for you. Okay.
Mm,
Uh, like they have this, like, for example, look here, right? So they generate this visual style, the mix and
yeah.
match, a lot of variations. And
Yeah.
then they create this SRF. You can just paste this SRF in your mid journey, and that will give all the style prompt to it.
Okay.
You just
Yeah.
say garden, and they will generate in this visual style, right? So I would say before creating the whole thing yourself, you can definitely go to these artists. They even sell this, so you can find something which works for you and adapt from
Nice.
it. For example, like this is Perplexity's vibe, right? Like how they have
Yeah.
it. This is more like this. I think can be you. Like if I remove the
Yeah.
blur effect, right? This could be
Yeah.
Garden
Yeah.
5. I can see this in visual style. So I can just
Yeah.
pick this up, paste it in as mid journey, and I just have to paste this number which they are pasting.
Yeah.
And I feel like every brand should definitely utilize at least visual style of AI to make sure that they can add an element which can scale, right? So like sketch wise also you have a
Yeah.
lot of things. So definitely
True.
I would say play around with that and see what can be done.
Right
But
on.
like really okay, okay, let's go to the next setting. Then we talked about the branding. We went into the
Yeah.
videos programming that is there, right? And
Yeah.
to be honest, like there's not a lot of bad elements to break down here. Uh,
Yeah.
Font wise also. So font wise, tell me this: why not go with the
Yeah.
serif font? Why go with the sans serif?
Um, I think the answer you might anticipate it. Brutal minimalism. I think me
Yeah.
and one of my co-founders, Jazz, are just basically. I know it's almost a bold choice in its simplicity, but we're both constantly prodding. What can we reduce? What can we leave? How can we make it cleaner? While
Ooh.
still retaining that last spark of delight and engagement. I call it personal
Mm.
taste, I guess, at this point.
No, it's working. I mean, it's like so. There's already this we know in design, right? There's always two paths you can choose. The one is the traditional one, right? Which people
Yeah.
like when they think of fashion brand, they always think of sans serif fonts or elongated sans
Yeah.
serif fonts, right? With a certain background in it. It's like
Mm.
years of branding has done that to them, right? And they have that recall with that. And there's a non-traditional brand. Mostly you try to go against that, so that while
Mm.
you not get the benefit of that recall value, but you also stand out in the herd of other brands which are just going with it, right? So
Yeah.
you, as a founder, you have to make a choice. Both have advantage and disadvantage, right? If you
Sure.
go with that, you can borrow the recall value, you can borrow the credibility. Like that's why most of the DeFi brands right now are going with the Hyperliquid Green because
Sure.
Hyperliquid is there.
Yeah.
They're trying
Yeah.
to borrow that credibility.
Yeah.
And if you go non-traditional, you definitely make your own mark, but that means you have to spend some money on marketing. You have to spend some time on distribution and everything, right? It is what it is.
Sure. Agreed.
Uh, yeah. Okay, I think then we have something more interesting. And here I have a complaint, by the way, which is website.
Okay, give it to me. Yes.
Which is like I like I get the answer, which is minimalism. You're like, okay, why complicate this whole thing?
Yeah,
But there's like there's not much garden here.
it's true.
Like I know
That's
that you
true.
are using the softer color, but if I remove this
Yeah.
logo, I won't be able to get this as garden.
No, you're right with that. That's a fair point. I think, yeah, no, there's no counterpoint to this. The app is also as minimal as it can be. I believe in the simple move, simplicity builds trust. And as you said, if you don't just ride the hype, you kind of have to build that stuff for yourself.
Correct.
But that said, you're onto something with more personality. I think one of my biggest goals for the next Q is tackling this through a whole bunch of micro animations and just very small moments of delight and kind of Easter egg situations without like without making it unserious, like still having that reduced tone, but just making every interaction count in that minimal space.
True. I mean, if I give suggestions and I feel like where I would add something, right?
Mm.
This garden effect, I know that you can't add it in the background because it will be too much.
I thought
I
about it
know.
though.
I mean, that's the easiest way to
Would
put it,
look
right?
sick.
Yeah, but you can obviously if you remove the blur part and have some garden or like flowers, you can add them
Mm.
on the footer. So
Yeah.
it'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
this is a garden. I'm in a garden. So we recently
Yeah.
designed something called Parrot, and we did that. Like I had a background in that. I think that could be
Mm.
one. You can have them softer thing. And second thing I would do is like so all the branding elements, right? So which we have here, which is
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
sketch part of it, the abstract part of it, right? The blurred
Yeah.
effect, right? I feel like you can add that here also. Instead of having a simple white background, it could be a little
Mm.
bit blurred. So you can
Mm.
add a picture behind it, which is just like just
Yeah.
visible through. So these kind of small, I think, as you said, micro interactions also. And I call brand soul, right? So for example, you have this plus and minus here, right?
Yeah.
Just change it to sketch. Sketch the plus and minus.
That's a pretty good move for real. Yep.
Very small thing, but it makes it more
Absolutely.
garden, right?
Yep.
Um, and then these are the things there. And I mean, you have like if you have a garden. So one element I was thinking we could add, right? And
Mm.
again, the reason I have to give some suggestion is that like the garden is so minimal, and I don't have
Yeah.
much to dissect here, right? Like
I know. I
this
know.
episode will be done in 20 minutes easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but garden is synonymous with butterflies. Like
Mm.
if you have a garden, you will always have butterflies there, right?
True.
And I feel like that could be a good addition to this brand. I know this again goes against your minimalism thing, and you are adding
No, no, no.
something.
Give it to me. I love to hear your opinion.
Yeah, but it could be a good mascot.
Mm,
Like having garden thing. I think Perena we were going with, and the audience by itself picked up this mascot for them, right?
yeah,
But in your case, you already have a garden. So if you have a butterfly that could sit on top of it, you, even in UI
yeah.
element, you have something sitting here, right? It could add a lot more element. Like I'm using, I think you're using this. This is a fox, right?
That's a Shiba garden gnome, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's quite of the. We show this guy to Too Little Love basically. So there's some
Oh,
potential hidden here.
yeah. Shiba. Okay. Why did you want to use Shiba as a
Yeah,
mascot though?
I have zero idea. We just spitball stuff. His name is Bud because it's like your body, but also the flower.
Oh, so you went with the dog, and then okay, got it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, butterfly again. I understand. Like butterfly doesn't have a lot of face expression, so it will be a
Yeah,
pain to add it as a mascot thing. Like, how do you give it a personality? Because there's not much like a face, like a human connection thing, right? But I think
sure.
definitely a lot to play around with an area. Like also in like in your real videos, it could definitely be the magical element, like that
Mm.
flying like fairy thing, like it does thing, like a lot to play around with again. But I'm adding a lot more in your minimalism thing, but definitely cooler side on that there. Uh, Sketch is the lowest hanging fruit. Just add a sketch element instead of simple line. Add a sketch
Very
line which
true.
you have.
Very true. Yep.
It's true. But yeah, I think that's it. That's the brand episode. But really cool. I loved. So I've been trying to figure out how can I, someone who's building a side project, right, can
Yeah.
make a brand for in a
Yeah.
day with the, like not the full fledged brand, but something to work in hackathons and all that. I think
Yeah.
Garden, while definitely has a lot of story and the name and everything is
Yeah.
there, but this could definitely be much nicer. That okay, you can pick up one certain color, you can pick one background element, and
Yeah.
you can have a good brand if you know how to scale it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's one of my key insights over years of doing all kinds of design and getting more into brand stuff is scalability is something like if you plan to stick with your stuff for a long while, scalability is something you have to get in
Look at.
early. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, no, makes sense. I think that's it. Cousin. Any thoughts you want to add to our audience?
I think of nothing right now. Check out garden.finance. Feel out, check out if it's too minimal for your taste. I know there's a whole bunch of people who feel like yes, but hopefully there's a good couple of people who feel like, nah, that's like just a very chill garden to swap some BTC in.
Yeah. By the way, that reminds me, I would love to share this and show it to everyone, which is the animations on the website. A lot of
Okay,
people won't
yes.
know, might not notice this, but I have to show them this. So if I go and refresh it here, you will see the loading animations are really soft. This blurry effect, right? Like I noticed that first time, like this is really cool. The way this softer gradient is
Yeah,
there, the way this text instead of coming in like harsh moving and all that, it comes with that
yeah,
fading effect, and then also takes couple of seconds to actually come in focus. So if you like load the text is here and then see how smaller, like so this is really cool. I think this is has Gardens design
nice.
philosophy in that though.
This is basically where we want to get with the rest of the app as well. Just like on the first glance, you should be like, oh, this is not a whole lot. But as soon as you get in touch with it, you feel that polish. It's like a very quiet excitement, basically.
Do you have a, oh, you should add a sound in this. You should add a garden sound in this.
That's
Like
actually
please, please.
100% true. Yeah, we should very much do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's really cool.
Check out
Uh,
hover over the garden icon for a sec in the footer. Oh,
in
not
the
on just
footer.
very down. Oh yeah, this is also nice, but
Ooh, so amazing, nice.
yes, there we have
And this is
it.
but this is too hidden.
But
Too
it slaps
hidden.
really
So
hard if it's in.
you should add this to the whole footer. If I scroll on footer, this should be visible. I feel like that would be so fun because I will just like randomly scrolling, yeah, like gray, 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 and I will just go, oh damn, this like what is this? I think that would really interesting. You can, I think I would double down and maybe add that into the boxes, and but this is really cool. I like the idea of it. Really
Nice.
cool the execution also.
Sweet.
Like
We should definitely do sound. Sound would be a nice, maybe sound and smell, like you said.
yeah, smell thing. I think that so definitely you should do on the real world. That really nice. Like see this how this no small 3D thing. I get. I feel that the effort put into making this feel like that calm experiences. I can notice that
Mm,
visually. I think we can definitely add some more. And I'm sorry, I'm very sucker for this, right? I like CTA. This is boring.
yeah.
Like add some flowers from the right side. Like this will make them pop. That would be really cool, right? Add a sunlight on the corner of it because like it's a garden. You're gonna have sunlight, right? Calmer and that sort of thing. But yeah, really cool vibe. I love the whoever did the develop. This is hard coded or done in Framer?
No, it's hard coded. We have some pretty talented front end devs by now as well.
Yeah, okay, because like yeah, this if this was in Framer, I think this one I'll steal. I'm sorry. I'm still gonna
Let's
do this
go.
on one of my clients somewhere. Add it into footer, so you hover and the footer is boring, but then like oh damn, a video
I
is
tell you,
playing in the
Easter eggs. Easter eggs are undervalued.
sorry.
Easter eggs are undervalued. You have to work for your excitement. Like hide a little
Yeah,
bit of something.
this is really I think this Easter egg is definitely fun to add. Even a CTA side of thing. Oh, what happens when I get it? I'll go. I have not went through the app because again we have just taken
Okay.
screenshot. But
Yeah.
like interacting with it, yeah, very cool. Oops. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think as I said, this needs some more work on that. I see now. I want to see the effect
Yeah,
here also.
exactly. For example, yeah, we wanted to add the nicer footer for a whole while, but
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. Again, like my next Q goal is definitely to make the app part slap as much, maybe a little more even than the landing page.
Yeah, really cool, really cool. I think this is a really cool example. Thank you so much for doing this, Constantine. I think everyone enjoyed this. Hopefully, I enjoyed it too much,
Nice. Sweet.
and this will definitely help me create a workshop on how to create that brand. Because like three elements, your brand is there. So thank you everyone who is
Nice.
watching. Any last word you want to add?
I think I'm good. Thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Thank you so much. Cool tattoos, by the way. I noticed that on the first. I was like, yeah, that's really cool. Is that a
Nice.
garden
Yeah, I
or what?
got
Like a flower?
almost. It's like a. It's honestly, it's from a very old wedding certificate from like the 1700s or so.
What?
All the good ones are done by my wife. Shout out to my
Man,
wife.
you lucked out. Getting a tattoo in house is like the most amazing thing you can have.
Yeah, but you end up covered. You can't escape it.
True, true. You also become the guinea pickers. Like they want to try a new
Yeah,
style, they can do it on
yeah.
you now. But hey, advantage and disadvantage both. Thank you so much,
Nice,
everyone, for coming to this. I'll see you in the next week, and we'll again the file will be open for everyone. So if you wanna go and read, we'll share the link in the tweet next. Thank you, Constant, for doing this. I'll see you in the next one.
nice. See ya.